Hey everybody, Keith Dotson here, and in this video we are driving down some smaller roads in Alabama, just looking for interesting old ruins of architecture to take pictures of or anything else. And I've driven through Alabama quite a few times, and I've learned that there are a lot of interesting things to be discovered along the back highways. So we took I-24 down from Nashville, cut across above Chattanooga into Alabama, and drove through Fort Payne, Collinsville, Leesburg, Anniston, and Gadsden. No real destination other than just I wanted to end up in Gadsden, and found some interesting things. And here we're looking at the old W.B. Davis textile mill, which is now thankfully being used for an antique store. It's used to make hosiery. I think that translates into socks. Operated from 1884 to 1974. Here's a look at the glamorous behind-the-scenes environment of a photographer doing stuff like this. Detritus on the ground by the railroad tracks, including this beautiful dirty diaper. Now we move on to downtown Anniston. Here we're just in an alley, and I found this condemned building which just caught my eye, and decided to take a peek. I didn't get any good pictures of this building, but you'll also see the front here shortly. As you can see, it's in pretty poor condition, roof collapsing. Here we're around the front of the building, and there's the S.H. Crescent Company 5 and Dime store, which those were really popular across America back in the day, and I'm not sure when they went out of business, but I've seen their storefronts all across the South, although they were in the North as well. There's the condemned building I was talking about. The Crest stores were interesting because the architecture was always sort of similar but unique for every store. You can see here they've done some interesting embellishments. But the stores were also ground zero for a lot of the problems during the civil rights movement. This one is for sale, and it's empty, and peeking inside, wouldn't it make a fantastic art space? I'm always dreaming about opening an art gallery in these empty places like this. The noise you can hear in the background are the firemen out here doing something, and they brought some trucks around. Photographs from downtown Anniston. And there you can see the firemen have raised up one of their bucket trucks, and they're suspending, I would say, a 2 to 3 story high flag. I'm not sure what the occasion was. After downtown Anniston, we've walked a few blocks down a random street, just sort of following my nose, and I found this deserted auto parts store. It's always amazing to me the things that people just leave behind when a business closes, or when any place is left abandoned. we can see through the windows some daylight. Looks like there's a partial collapse on the other side. We'll be going to check that out. This almost looks like a tornado hit. I'm not sure what happened to this building. Maybe it's just rot and collapse, but that's a lot of devastation. And check out these big books. I just watched a great documentary about the photographer Rosamund Purcell, and she found a bunch of rotten old books in a junkyard and made some amazing photographs of them, and that's what I think about when I see these big books in here. Be terrific to get my hands on those. After walking a few more blocks, I found this little grouping of abandoned buildings I decided to explore. Not sure what any of this was. I mean, some of it was probably retail. The red brick building was some kind of a mill or a factory. Not sure. I love the fact that it has all these handicap parking spots allotted to an abandoned building. Look at all that ivy along that wall. That is just amazing to me. I saw some bottled water and some other things in this little outbuilding that made me think this might be used as a homeless encampment. Didn't want to disturb that. The voices you hear are some women with fancy dresses on taking pictures at another abandoned building nearby. Apparently this is a popular area for photographers. I never go anywhere in the deep south to take pictures like this that I don't meet a lot of people. People are very curious and they're always wondering what I'm doing and where I'm from. Always friendly, sometimes a little skeptical or a little suspicious, but always friendly. And Alabama is usually a very good source of photographic material for me, which I appreciate. The sad part is I know that all these buildings will end up razed. It'd be great if they could be reused, salvaged, but I know their days are numbered. It's one of the reasons I like to do this and take these photographs and explore these places, because eventually they will all be gone. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to visit my website, keithdotson.com.